Lego Princess Peach is finally here, and it's everything I've ever wanted it to be, along with all the sets of the latest wave, right? Okay, so this is the latest wave of LEGO Super Mario that comes out on August 1st. Now, LEGO was kind enough to send quite a few of the sets as part of the latest wave, but some of them didn't make the cut. The Big Bad Island expansion set and the Fuzzy Flipper set are not part of this review. I'm especially disappointed that the Big Bad Island isn't included because I really want to get my hands on those larger Koopa and Goomba, but I guess those will have to wait for another time. Of course, there's Princess Peach, a wide variety of new characters, and especially Peach's Castle, which I'm sure you're very interested to hear my thoughts of, but we're going to start with the starter course and work our way through the entire line so you get the best idea of what you're spending your money on in August 2022. What I appreciate most about Peach is she is slightly taller than both Mario and Luigi, and all of the suits work just like every other suit, where you can interchange them and have the different abilities across all of them that have released so far. And yes, you can put the dress and the crown on Mario or Luigi. So that's particularly cool. What isn't particularly cool is there's no 3-player functionality within the LEGO Super Mario app itself. So a big thing I was curious about is LEGO going to do like a 3-player, 4-player situation? Could we see Mario Party or Mario Kart with even more players? But it looks like it's capping out at 2 Bluetooth connections at a time. You can have any combination of the 3 characters or doubles of each of them, just like we have known from before. And I mean, relatively speaking, Peach operates identically to Mario and Luigi, and this implements really nicely with the latest lineup of tiles as part of this wave. But again, Mario, Luigi, or Peach can scan all these tiles as if they were normal. Now, the starter course itself, I am a very big fan of, and I think is a substantial improvement from the Luigi one, where you're getting a Toad, a Lava Buddy, and another Koopaling. I am biased because Lemmy is my favorite, but getting an important character in the starter courses is always very cool. So we got Bowser Jr. in the Mario one. We got Boom Boom and a Yoshi, but that's fine. This is a substantial improvement, and it feels like you actually get a lot more stuff with this one as well. I don't know if it's because of the swing, the interactive gift that you get, the lava bubble can fling off of its platform. I don't know, man. Just something about this starter course that makes it seem more justified for that $60 price point, which I know must be weighing down on a bunch of you considering you've gotten 2 of these starter courses already, and now the third one brings it at $180 just to get Mario, Luigi, and Peach. It kind of feels like Yoshi is the next playable character considering how prevalent those little fruit pieces are across all the different sets, as you'll see. You swing on the swing to get a bunch of extra coins, and then the gift seems like it needs something else to it, but you still get coins. So coins are still the basis of all the play functionality across all the LEGO Princess Peach themed sets. So, just keep that in mind as I'm going through. The tiniest set of the wave at 76 pieces is the Goomba Shoe, and it's in the same spirit as the Koopa Clown Car, where it's an actual build and not a suit in of itself, and this is obviously from Super Mario Bros. 3. I love the jumping play functionality of the shoe when you jump on Goomba or whatever other enemies you want to. So when you put Mario inside of the shoe, it reads the tile in the shoe. You're not reading the Goomba tile while in the shoe. $10 for this. It is absolutely worth it, especially if you're a fan of Super Mario Bros. 3. Next up, I'm taking a look at all of the Series 5 character packs in one go. And the most controversial thing about this wave of characters is that they appear in boxes instead of the packaging we get in the typical collectible minifigure series. So although they're not in foil bags and there's a $1 price increase, them being $6 each in the US, there's a lot more pieces and bigger characters featured in these packs now. This was one of the first things I unboxed when I opened everything from LEGO, and I was overwhelmingly shocked at just how much was packed into these specific builds. Not even factoring in the play functionality, just the idea that we get a larger platform with a lot more detail and larger characters like Nabbit, a Yoshi, a Toad, a Shy Guy. A lot of these characters we would have never seen at the $5 price point in those foil bags. So you have a choice between Nabbit, Purple Toad, Hammer Bro, Waddle Wing, Toadie, Baby Yoshi, Red Yoshi, and Blue Shy Guy. Nabbit is by far the most iconic character, being the player 4 of New Super Luigi U, and featured throughout some of the more recent Mario games. So although you can't feel out the character packs anymore, I understand that's a point of contention for a lot of people. You want to get the full set, you don't want to go into it blind. But if you happen to find a completely sealed case of them, I'm happy to say that one entire side of the 2 will have a full set of characters. There's lots of curved elements, printed parts like the lily pad. There's good stuff in here. Yoshi's gift house is very reminiscent of the Mario house that came out in the first wave of LEGO Super Mario, and this is directly out of Super Mario World, where you have the Yoshi house in of itself, the red mailbox, and they even included a Monty Mole, an interesting play feature with like a moving crank, which reminds me of the Luigi wave of sets. There were lots of cranks and mechanical stuff. And then those fruit, like I talked about before, they make an appearance here. So Yoshi operates the same way that he has before. Scan the tile, you get the ability, bounce on enemies, get extra coins. That's all well and good. I still really maintain that it looks like they're gonna have a playable Yoshi. This set has so much more value for $30 compared to the Mario house that came out in the first wave. And yeah, 246 pieces for $30. Obviously not ideal, but it's not like egregious. But you wanna talk about egregious? Oh boy, here we go. The next set that I have up is the Big Spikes Cloud Top Challenge, and oh baby, we get two characters, kind of 2.5 with the Piranha Plant here. We have Spike, Boomerang Bro, and a Piranha Plant, which, real quick, we've seen this play feature with the Piranha Plant before, where you flip the Piranha Plant from one side to the other on the seesaw-looking thing, and one of the other play features here that I feel like I've seen before, but I can't quite place it where, one of the mushrooms actually has a spring inside of the stem, so it has this bouncing mechanic, and it is oddly satisfying. I don't know what it is, but the spring functionality as it is it's just super satisfying, man. I like it. This also appears in the fuzzy flippers that I don't have. There's some very interesting vine pieces, some masonry bricks around here, but obviously the main draw is the play functionality with the Boomerang Bro and Spike. The play functionality here is pretty cool, where Peach can stand on that platform, Spike winds up and throws that giant spiky barb thing, and potentially hits you as you're trying to defeat him on the very top there. They really encapsulated what Spike is meant to be from the games, but a lot of it is for show. With the Boomerang Bro, what you're supposed to do is take each of your characters 2 at a time or 1 at a time and knock the Boomerang Bro off the very top of the platform, defeat him, and then that's it. $70 US. Ouch. 540 pieces for $70. If you're not a fan of the Boomerang Bro or Spike, absolutely skip this set. We have to go to Cat Peach Suit and the Frozen Tower, set number 71407, 494 pieces for $80. Yikes. This draws plenty of inspiration from Super Mario 3D World with the cat aesthetic, there being a cat-themed Goomba, and then the Cat Peach Suit as a focal point where you're saving Toad at the very top of this Peach's Castle-inspired tower from Kamek. You'll notice details around here like those extra fruit like I was talking about in the other sets, and this is the only set where it features a suit that isn't available in like a $10 set in of itself. I feel like it was a struggle for LEGO to sell a lot of those suits at $10 because it's literally 10 pieces, where, to be totally honest, I love Peach, I love Cat Peach, but if you just had the Cat Peach suit as a $10 set, I can already tell the sales for that would be abysmal, which is kind of why they put it in this set here. There's probably a little girl or boy out there that really wants to play as Cat Peach, but can only get the suit in the $80 LEGO set. That really stings. It has the same functionality as the cat suit that Mario had back in the first wave, and they are interchangeable. So really, if you already have Cat Suit Mario, you don't need to buy this one. It's more so for the pink aesthetic along with the paws. Look, there's a lot of fun little details throughout here, great play functionality, but $80 to add on to this for characters that we have seen previously, it's a tough sell. And you might say, well, Brian, this looks like an expansion to the Peach's Castle set, and I'm going to tell you right now, the answer is not really. There isn't an obvious way to add this into the castle, so it feels like it's just a random Peach's Tower? Rapunzel Tower? I don't know. You can tell the Cat Peach suit really adds a lot of that inflated value, and then maybe this should have been $70 instead. And now that I'm looking at it, it's actually 50 less pieces than the Big Spikes Cloud Top Challenge, but it's $10 more. Huh. If you're not a fan of any of these characters, then this is one, unfortunately, I could say you could skip as well. And that definitely pains me to say, but not as much as it pains me to say, set number 71408, Princess Peach's Castle, at 1,216 pieces, $130. It comes with Toadette, Ludwig von Koopa, a Goomba in a cake, a Bomb-Omb, and Bowser. He is oddly a focal point of this set, and the other characters are actually really stellar to have, considering Toadette was only available in that egregiously overpriced Toad's Treasure Hunt that came out in the first wave. So getting another Koopaling is always great, so we can complete the collection and be done with them forever. A Bomb-Omb we've seen before and plenty of times, and that Goomba in a cake is the bane of my existence. You have this beautiful concept of an idea, lavishly created and elegant in its display, and it's ruined by a Goomba popping out of the perfectly good cake. Here's a lesson for all the kids at home. Don't ruin the cake. Don't be a Goomba in a cake. If you've watched any of my other LEGO Super Mario reviews or know my content in general, you know how badly I've wanted to see LEGO Princess Peach's Castle be a thing for so long. When this set got revealed, my phone blew up with notifications. I thought everything was collapsing, and it kind of was in a weird way. This set is clearly meant for play, so let me talk about the play features before I give you more of my thoughts. You start out in a yellow warp pipe, which although the pipe itself is identical to what it was before in the previous wave, this one is especially themed for Peach's Castle, where it plays the lobby music, which is a wonderful touch. You know, you enter into the bridge, you talk to Toadette, get a bunch of extra coins, defeat Ludwig, scan some of the fruit, get the Goomba in the cake, and then once you flip the castle around, you can see the inner lobby. Something that wasn't revealed in the initial images was if there was a Bomb Battlefield print, and my goodness, thank goodness there is. There's some nice mini builds like the grandfather clock, the table, and there's even an extra time block if you need a few more seconds while exploring the castle. Unlike in the question mark block, there's no functionality with that middle sun tile where, you know, you obviously can't look up and then get the wing cap for Mario or anything like that. But the main play functionality actually involves turning Peach's Castle into Bowser's Castle. You put one of the characters on the scannable tile at the front and pull it toward you to reveal a Bowser boss battle. So you knock down Bowser using one of the arms on the chair, defeat Bowser by stomping on him, and that's it. That's the whole battle. And coming off the heels of the Bowser airship, which in of itself was a 3-part boss battle for the ship, like, this feels a little underwhelming. Even the Bowser's Castle had more play functionality and a unique way to beat Bowser, where you have to knock down the 2 arms and then shake the whole thing to knock him off. This boss battle seems very, very quick. Considering this is the most expensive LEGO Super Mario playset, I was hoping for something a little bit more in-depth in terms of how I defeat Bowser. Where the set does shine is with the incredible part selection, both printed and especially molded. The red castle top pieces are perfect for mocks, and just like with every other LEGO Super Mario set, the prints are all there, no stickers need to be applied, so I was very happy to see that the stained glass at the top of the castle with Princess Peach, it is printed on a trans-clear piece. The Bomb Battlefield painting is printed, so is the sun mosaic on the bottom. Those things are the highlights for me when I step back and look at this. You may say, Brian, the Bowser airship was such a great display piece. Does this carry the same weight? It doesn't, and because it's so big, the playset in of itself is big. Even if you took out the front portions of the castle with the bridge and then you tried to really condense this to make it look like a castle facade, where it's not going to fit on your standard 12-inch shelf. And especially when you factor in the other tower with the Cat Peach suit and the Frozen thing and all that, there's nowhere to really add that in, and it just makes the whole thing even deeper, which makes it more complicated to display. As a playset, it's cool. I wouldn't say it's the best LEGO Super Mario playset. I think that crown still maintains with the Bowser airship, to be totally honest. Does this set capture the spirit of Peach's Castle? Obviously it doesn't. Do you think I was gonna say it did? Obviously what adult LEGO fans want is a fully articulate, beautiful Peach's Castle in the same style, like I said, as the Cinderella Castle. But you might ask me, Brian, does this scratch the itch? Obviously the answer is no. I still long for the castle that I want, but as of right now, I have the castle that I deserve. If you're a LEGO Super Mario collector, I do not envy your bank account. Oh my goodness, are these things getting expensive, man? I don't know how you're having room for all this stuff. I don't even have room for all this stuff. I have a lot of the characters on display, but a lot of the play sets end up going into a bag or a bin, which I feel like is what happens with a lot of the parents and families that end up buying these sets for their kids. It is 1000% more of the same, and the standouts are thankfully in the lower price point sets. So you don't need to buy the $130 Peach's Castle or the $80 Frozen Tower set to get the full experience of LEGO Princess Peach. And at this point, we know that there's not going to be special play functionalities really between each of the 3 characters. They look really cool on a shelf when they're turned on, not when they're turned off. Peach looks especially creepy, by the way. But overall, this is a very, very expensive wave of LEGO Super Mario. There's great characters when you're looking at everything on the table in of itself. There's ones you can definitely, absolutely skip. But there's quite a few gems in here that I think you can appreciate, and hopefully I conveyed that as part of this fairly lengthy review. If you're not a fan of the theme, I totally understand. There's great parts all throughout each of these sets, so that if you pick some of these up with some VIP points on sale or otherwise, you're gonna get something cool out of it, and that's what I love about LEGO Super Mario. But hey man, that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and until Bowser or otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this review and have a fantastic rest of your day.